everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out a game called Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Now, I'm kind of just testing this because somebody said it ran way better than that Police Precinct game I tested a while back. Now, one thing I've noticed, at least it sure looks like anyway, that Police Precinct seemed like it was more built like a GTA style game. Like it still had like a story and all that stuff. This seems more like a literal simulator, like shopping, like a supermarket simulator or power washing simulator, that kind of game. So I don't think they're exactly apples to apples, but somebody said this ran infinitely better and was out before that other game came out. So I figured, hey, why don't we see how it runs in comparison? So let's waste no more time, get that Steam Deck LCD hooked up to that capture computer, and let's go get started. Alright, here's basically all the settings you can change on the Steam Deck. I think this is another one of those games that unfortunately just doesn't really let you change much. They were like, hey, we were able to make it run somewhat good, we're not letting you fuck with that. Which I still think is lame, but I can still see why they did it at the same time. It's not easy to get games to actually get a verification that's deserved. I've seen lots of things get verified and then go, what the fuck, how did this get verified? Anyway, let's jump in.
Hello, officer. It's your first day on the job, and your first shift is to issue parking tickets. So be on the lookout for vehicles violating. Always remember to have reasonable suspicion before you detain someone, and a probable cause with sufficient evidence before making an arrest. Now, some days are better than the others, and remember, every day is different. Good luck.
Thank you, officer. I'll keep that in mind.
We've been getting a lot of calls concerning the parking situation over the last few days. Will you keep your eyes open, officer?
I can take that.
So same thing on the OLED here. All you can really do is field of view and gamma. But luckily, when you get to the rest of the systems, you do actually have options. It's not a game that just has no options. It's just, again, they just kind of nerfed the Steam Deck. So they got it to run halfway decently-ish. So sometimes where it has big stutters and drops under 30. But at least it's not drops to like 4 or anything like that. At least until my LCD model starts doing its overheating nonsense that it loves to do. But anyway, I think that's more than good enough. Let's hop into the game and let's see how it does now.
Hello, officer. It's your first day on the job, and your first shift is to issue parking tickets, so be on the lookout for vehicles violating parking regulations. Be on your guard and show presence when you encounter other violations. Always remember to have reasonable suspicion before you detain someone and a probable cause with sufficient evidence before making an arrest. Now, some days are better than the others, and remember, every day is different. Good luck.
Thank you, officer. I'll keep that in mind.
We've been getting a lot of calls concerning the parking situation over the last few days. Will you keep your eyes open, officer?
I can take that.
How you doing, officer?
Hi there.
A unit is being sent to remove the vehicle from the area.
Alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. I think I might just limit it to like, oh, where? Where is that little piece of shit? Who did it? Was it you? Did you just litter? I didn't see who littered. Alright, so you have to click it again to stop. Okay. It's not one of those ones where you just stop. Run. Why? Why are you running? Burger heaven. Don't mind if I do. Is that sound coming from this fan? Sir, for the love of all that is holy, please put some oil in your engine. Yeah, dude. Hey. Okay. Lady. Can't remember, was it this button? Dude, you have a smoking tailpipe too, holy shit. I guess I'm not allowed to mess with people in cars yet. I'll have to wait until I probably get into a patrol car for that. This game really runs okay most of the time, but I don't know. It kind of seems pretty even with that other game from what I remember. Wasn't that game also only able to get like 30, 40 FPS? This one drops down into the 20s quite often. Which is exactly why I didn't just stay in one area of the city. I figured, fuck it, let's just run around, look for crime, and do what a cop would do on his beat. When I guess this guy's just supposed to be doing like parking tickets and stuff for today, so. Can't deal with nobody's leaky pipes or nothing, apparently. And I think I'll go and get like 7 or 8 minutes of gameplay here instead of my normal 10.
How you doing,
I can
officer?
almost,
Hi there.
I can almost guarantee this thing is gonna like do its usual overheating crap where it drops down to 11 FPS. And I don't think everybody's Steam Deck does that, but mine's doing that. Probably throttling. That's the only thing I can think of. Probably needs a repaste. I mean, this thing is getting up there. And for that matter, I wonder how long thermal paste actually lasts for before it does get all like cracked up. It probably depends on what thermal paste. Obviously, they're not all equal. Hell, I've seen some that are so bad in my day. I'd go and buy like a super cheap CPU cooler from like, I don't even know, some Chinese company I've never even heard of. And I'm talking way back in the day. And then they'd give you some thermal grease and it would come out and it'd be liquid. And like not even be like, the chemicals to make it weren't even like stirred to react. It was really, really funny. Suffice to say, I immediately was like, okay, we're not going to use that, and then I used Arctic Silver 5. Because way back in the day, that shit was legit. You just had to be careful with it, because it had a small amount of silver in it, apparently. That could just be an old wives' tale, but it was apparently conductive for some reason. It probably had metal in it. But I'm always careful with that shit. All quality, zero compromise. Well, isn't that special? That's an avalanche. I'm surprised it hasn't rusted into the ground yet. So, it's not super accurate game in every aspect. Ooh. Ah, if this thing's using 3.7 gigs of VRAM, this thing's probably going to be a problem for that Firebat. If we're using that at 800p. So we're going to it's probably going to only get playable FPS on that thing at like 720p low then. Well, I guess I can even say low. I don't even know if anything else is going to have graphics settings. I'm hoping this is one of those games just like, nope, to get a check mark on Steam, we just set the settings up the way the Steam Deck we think can handle it best, and that's what you get. The only thing I could mess with was field of view. But I played a couple games like that on here where this one just doesn't have settings, then we switch over the allies and windows, and oh, boo, bow, bing, bow, boom, now we've got settings all of a sudden.
Show me your ID, please.
Sure. Here you go, officer.
Alright.
I'll let you go with just a verbal warning for this one.
You're the best, officer.
You're damn right.
All right, you're free to go. Enjoy your day.
If I catch you doing it again, it's game over. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad police simulator game at all. Oh, there's one of those little smart cars. I would never feel safe in one of those. Like, I know I have a Fiero and all, but I would feel much safer in my Fiero. When that thing was made, I saw a thing, which could be 100% bullshit, but they put one of those things between two semis going 55, and they said that the occupants would be injured, but they probably would survive. And I was like, holy fucking shit. Well, there we go.
Nice to see you, officer.
I timed that pretty good. Yeah, about 8 minutes before we started getting some throttling. But alright, I'm not going to play like that. So, why don't we go move on over to the OLED? Well, alright, let's get ourselves a little camera recorder gameplay now. Wonder when this guy's beat's over. I completely forgot to hit pause there, so the time kind of went. Hopefully nobody did anything illegal. I decided I was going to go pet Misty. Alright, yeah, I think this is the road that was dropping, yeah, under 30 on the LCD as well. But they're pretty close in performance, so I figured it'd basically do the same thing here.
What's up, officer?
Hey.
I think right around here is where I went after that one guy. So we'll just cross the street here. Figured if it put me back where I was, might as well just take the same path so we can see how they stack up, right? It might not be the most interesting thing ever, but when given the opportunity, I figured why the hell not?
Yeah, 3.9 gigs of VRAM here too, so yeah, I don't think that Fireband Mini PC is going to be a very happy camper, but we're still going to test it anyway. I'm assuming that means I cannot go that way. Alright. Must not have been there yet. Because we just kept walking down the street. So I must have been mistaken, so we'll just come back over here. I thought that's where I chased the guy who was jaywalking. There we go. Sorry about that. It was focused in before. There.
Your shift is over, officer.
Alright, well I guess we'll head back to the thingy. You don't have to ask where one was, but it tells you. But yeah, this game definitely pushes the Steam Deck pretty hard. That CPU is doing work, and that GPU is sitting right at 98.99, so it isn't getting bottlenecked, at least. At least not much. If it goes down to 97, I think that means
Nice
ever
to
so
see you.
slight
Hey there.
bottleneck, but I'd say it's doing pretty good for what it's got. A lot of times a game, even that looks like this, would be getting like 20 FPS on the Steam Deck, but I have no idea what settings they're running at. It's probably using upscaling and all sorts of other stuff. We'll see if settings ever appear once we get to the Allies. And I hope the freaking Lenovo actually lets me mess with it, but last time it did not. It treated it as a giant Steam Deck. The game, when I unplugged it, even limited it to 90 Hz like a Steam Deck OLED would be. And I was like, ah, that's funny. So I restarted the game and I was like, ah, there we go, there's our 120. $47 meters, so I think it right there. Alright, cool. It doesn't look like I failed my first day. I did some ticketing.
As a patrol officer, you're never really off duty.
Well, alright. I can now report speeders. And I have a radar gun. And you can see how long the loading takes, not too long. Definitely has its fair share of little stutters. Well, quite large stutters, let's be honest.
We've recently received complaints about speeding drivers. Could you pay special attention to them?
I'll be watchful.
Holy shit, that guy needs a new freaking car. Valid. Can't give them a ticket if they're valid. Alright, radar guy. Press and hold that, and then you can open the tool wheel, and then you can select the gun. Okay. Alright, though. I think that's probably good. Why don't we go and wrap this video on up?
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Police Simulator, Patrol Officers, and it seemed to run alright-ish. Definitely had some drops under 30 here and there, but for the most part, it's a 30-plus experience for those who are okay with that. If you're looking for 60-plus, you're not going to find it here, and I would keep on moving, because there are no settings to really be had. And for some reason, anytime I try using the built-in FSR, I get worse performance than I was already getting, so I don't even bother trying that anymore. Or I should, otherwise how will I know if they ever fix it? Or maybe it's supposed to do that, and I'm just being stupid. Who knows? Either way, that is all for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.